Good morning, Kitchen Witches. Today is Wednesday, June 24th, and this is your tarot and menu inspiration for the day. I'm Chef Lisa, editor and chief of A Chef's Grimoire magazine, and we're going to pull one card. That's going to be it, telling us everything we need to know for the day. Love that. I love the tarot. So great. So great. It really is just uncanny how it molds our way of thinking. Yes? That's why I think we should use it more. So what is that card that's going to mold our way of thinking today for June 24th? All right. And that card is the Hermit, a major arcana. The Hermit is numbered 9. So it is on what I call, or what is called, what I know as the second line of the major arcanas, which is all about our unconsciousness. Interesting. So the Hermit. Think about hermits that you have heard about, right? Or your just general understanding of the word a hermit. I think of hermit crabs, right? I think of turtles. They're kind of hermits, right? Where there's a shell that they can retreat into whenever they aren't in a completely confident place. But with the Hermit, their retreat is more methodical, right? They retreat in order to get an understanding of something deeper than themselves. And then when they feel confident to move forward or go out into the public, they have that new knowing that they can then let the general public know about, right? So, and then they retreat again, and then they have another, soulful journey alone to understand something else, and then bring it out into collective. So it's always a forward and a reverse, and a forward and a reverse in a very methodical way. And the reverse isn't going backwards. It's just gaining new knowledge and the energy to bring it forth. So that's the Hermit. This card, ultimately, when you get it in a spread, it means that you should take a step back. You should, if you have a crazy schedule, it's time to take a little rest so that your mind can reset, everything can recalibrate. Because in doing that, all these new things come to mind, or you feel more energized, of course, because you've rested. But your mind has rested. You've given yourself a break to start to think about things differently. So it could be maybe huge problems that you had on your plate and you just were past capacity to figure them out. Take a step back if you can do so, because just in the rest and recuperation of the body and the mind, you'll find answers. You will. So the Hermit, we love this card. And numbered 9. Now 9 in numerology is one step towards 10, which is completion. And when you reach 10, you take 1 and 0, add them together to go back to number 1. It's like a revolving circle, always. So 9s in the tarot are sometimes full of the emotional high of that particular suit. So what comes to mind is the 9 of Swords, right? It's a person sitting up in bed with 9 swords in the air above them, and they look like they've just woken from a nightmare, or are grieving, or can't sleep due to, insomnia because of worry. But it's a 9, which means that whatever that thing has escalated to, it's one step from being finished, closed, done, to move on to something else. Hopefully something better. So all of your worry and grief is for naught. So the 9s. The 9s are very interesting numbers in the tarot. And as a major arcana, this card is literally about retreating. Yes, retreating to gain the knowledge to go forth and just give it one more push. Give it one more push, because that is going to bring it over the edge into whatever you want that to fall into. Something good, something done forever, something that has life to move on, whatever you want. But you need to retreat. You need to go back into yourself to gain the knowledge to move forward. So that's basically what we're thinking about today. Yeah, we're going to think about, I don't know, if you're thinking about things that you want in the future, but you just don't know how to attain them. Is it something that's causing you worry at night? What is it? And where are you in that journey? Is it something that you just found out yesterday? And maybe the process of getting to a closure is long and arduous. That's a word, I think. Now's the time to kind of take a step back. The information was new and fresh and got you to a place of escalation, whether it be in worry, joy, fantastic, or concern. But now you've ridden that wave. You've gotten to the high of what emotional value it brought to you. And now it's on the decline. Now you can start to see rationale in front of you and start to build a plan to go forward. And maybe it's a plan that you've been thinking about, you've been putting it through your mind, you have retreated, you've been going over it in your mind, and you've figured out a way forward. Now is maybe the day to bring others, to let the collective know, this is the way I think we should proceed with this. That's the Hermit energy, right? You've taken your time to figure it all out in a very unemotional state, right? Emotions don't have much to play here. It's more of well, feeding off of all the things, all the tools that we learned we had from the magician, right? This is the time to use them. So it's all those internal, yes, feelings, yes, thoughts, yes, passions and desires, and all of it, right? Even your morality comes into play here, because whatever solutions you're finding or tapping into in those refreshment, restful moments are the things that are going to make conscious decisions that are going to put you back on the right path when you bring it to the collective or go forward with whatever it is you're in contemplation about. Strong stuff, big stuff, because it's a major arcana. But this is what we're looking for today. Yes. So our hermit friend loves to cook because they're constantly in a state of being alone. So they love to cook for themselves. What would they bring into the kitchen? Well, I'm thinking they would repurpose leftovers. So the leftovers were there. Now they're going to bring them, they're going to repurpose them and bring them back out to the collective to share with everyone. So let's repurpose some really delicious meals. I'm thinking for breakfast, we should do mashed potato cakes with sunny side up eggs. So if you've made mashed potatoes lately and you have them in the fridge, fantastic. It's the best ones to use for this dish. If not, you can use instant mashed potatoes, fine for this, okay. But if you have a couple russets sitting around that start to get eyes on them, yeah, you know the ones. They've been sitting in your basket or on the countertop for months. Now's the time to use them. So you take them out, peel them, boil them, get them to the mashable state, and then mash them. And you can mash them obviously with butter and cream or milk or however, coconut milk, however you want to do your mashed potatoes. Make them mashed. Then you're going to add a little flour to them. And if it's cold mashed potatoes, take them out of the fridge, put them in a bowl. Now add your flour. That's going to bind them with an egg. Yes. And then salt, pepper, season them up to however you like them. Get your pan on the stovetop with a little olive oil. Pan fry them either side, kind of like a latke, but they're a mashed potato. And get them crispy on both sides. You can even put them in your air fryer. Great. I think they'll turn out fine. And then while that's going, you're going to be doing your sunny side up egg. Or if you like an over easy egg or a scrambled egg, whatever, it doesn't matter. But yes, add your eggs. And that's breakfast. You've got a mashed potato cake, your carbs, you've got the proteins of the egg. And if you want to, you can drizzle it all with ketchup because that's what I would do. Delicious. That's why I like the sunny side up eggs because you put ketchup on it and then you crack the egg yolk and it's like ooey gooey oozy. Delicious sauce. That's my favorite. Okay, breakfast done. Moving on to lunch. So we've got that rotisserie chicken we bought 2 days ago. We've put it to task in building whatever meal we bought it for, or maybe we just took the leg and ran out of the house and had that for lunch. Fine, great, love it. But now we're going to repurpose it into chicken salad, and we're going to do a chicken salad sandwich. It's the Hermit. It's nothing over the top, nothing crazy, nothing chefy. It's just good food that's repurposed. And so any bread you have hanging around in the house, that's what you're going to use. If you have a croissant, fantastic. That's the way I really enjoy my egg salad. Or one of those grainy crackers, that have the seeds in it. I like those too. Chicken salad. If you want to zhuzh it up, you can add some cinnamon, which I love to do. You can add some celery, organic celery, chopped into it for a little crunch. Grapes, yum, right? Any way you make your chicken salad, it's obviously with mayonnaise and a little sea salt. You can do a little half mayonnaise, half yogurt for a little probiotic boost. But it's the Hermit, so we're not going crazy. We're just going to make a chicken salad with bread, and that is lunch. If you want to add chips, great. Dinner. I'm thinking a roasted vegetable soup. So all of those vegetables you have laying around in your crisper, take them out. It's time to use them. And we're going to chop them up, and we're going to add them to chicken broth from a box. Yes? So you've got, with any vegetable soup, you need to do a mirepoix first. So hopefully you do have at least 1 carrot, some celery that we talked about adding into lunch, and an onion. Chop those up real fine. That's your base for making the soup. And you're going to fry that in olive oil, pan fry it in olive oil, saute it, I should say. And then you can add anything else. You can add any other vegetable you have going on. If you want to add broccoli, cauliflower, green beans, throw it in. Tomatoes, yes. Add your stock, and there's soup, right? Done. A little salt, season it up. And if you have pasta lying around, right? Some extra pasta, you made too much, you put it in a little Ziploc and it's in your fridge. You're going to take some olive oil with butter and fry up that pasta so that it's a little crisp. And you can throw that into the soup, or you can put that down in the bowls and ladle the soup over it. And it's a delicious meal that's using up a lot of the leftovers from our friend the Hermit. So yeah, today's a little bit of a soul-searching day. But whatever it is that you retreat to get downloaded knowledge from, only to go out into the world to repurpose it into something that does good for not only you, but your loved ones and all those around you, is beautiful energy, and it's the nines. It's our hermit friend. So, as always, nourish yourself, nourish those around you with your kitchen magic, and I'll see you tomorrow.